Namaskar.
Namaskar.
I would like to ask you that what is your concept? Why you are in Kosi province? Why you are in investment summit of Kosi province? The first question.
Yeah, first of all, we want to introduce a new transport technology alongside with our Nepalese partners, the company that is called Kathmandu Port. We want to introduce Unitsky transport to Nepal, and we want to start with Kosi province. First of all, of course, we see that there are a lot of problems in this part of the country, especially related to transport. And we have technology that may address all these challenges. Because what I see, the nice country, nice province, nice city, but as everywhere, the transportation issue makes the nightmare. So there are a lot of traffic jams, a lot of traffic accidents, a lot of CO emissions and other things. So now everybody understands that these problems should be addressed somehow. And we have solution.
Okay, why there are 7 provinces across the country, but why you choose Kosi province?
It's very interesting question, but what we see that the government of Kosi province, I think that they think out of box. So it means that they are looking for some innovations, real innovations. And that is why I think that we achieved certain level of understanding with the local government, because a lot of people, they're just talking. But I think that here we may do something.
Okay, and your project, you said it's a podway.
Yes.
I think you are well aware about the geographical difficulties of Nepal, mostly Kosi province. Is it possible and is it feasible that your project will directly benefit the community or the society or the province?
Okay, when you say about geographical issues, I think that you mean mountains. But there are no mountains around. So it means that this is the very good point. The most part of Kosi province, maybe not most, but substantial part of Kosi province is the plain. So the first challenge what we see, this is, for example, the road that connects Indian border with bus station, clinics and other things. So this road, it is very jammed, there are a lot of accidents there and other things. And it is plain, there are no geographical issues there. So it means that our first project may take place there. And then still there are a lot of places, of course, where are mountains, the solutions will be maybe different, maybe more difficult. But where it is plain territory, this is where we will show all our advantages.
Okay, in Kosi province, we are just talking about Kosi province, so I'll primarily focus on Kosi province. There are 14 districts in Kosi province. And initially, how many districts you are targeting to invest?
Look, first of all, for us, it is very much important to break the wall. Because as everybody...
I mean to ask, which are your targeted areas?
Look, we target the whole Nepal actually. Yes, and we see the potential not only in Nepal, we see the huge potential in India, Nepal, in other developing countries. And you know why? Because actually our technology, it is times more affordable cost-wise than any other technology.
Can you elaborate how it will benefit cost-wise?
It costs less. We consume hundreds times less materials than normal metro, for example. That, for example, nowadays in the world, the cost of the metro will be the minimum 50-60 million dollars per 1 kilometer. And this is huge numbers. And a lot of developing countries, they cannot afford this. We can do the same task times less cost. 2 times less. So it means that we give chance. But at the same time, we will be cheaper, but we don't compromise in safety, and we don't compromise in sustainability, because our transport is really sustainable. Why? Because it is consume much less energy, and B, it is electrical.
What form of energy it consumes?
It consumes electricity by default, the same like electrical bus or electrical car. But you know what is the issue? I think that there is some, I will educate you a little bit. A lot of people, they are thinking that electrical transport is ecological. But electricity is not coming to us from God. Electricity we take from power station, where we burn coal. So it means that the issue is not in what kind of energy transport consumes. The issue is how much energy transport consumes. And in comparison to electrical bus, our bus, being electrical, consumes 5 times less energy. So it means that somewhere in power station, you need to burn 5 times less coal in the end of the day. That is why we are very sustainable and we are very ecological. Plus, we don't utilize land. So it means that as soon as our pots, they go above the ground, so we don't need to make excavation of land. We don't need to spoil the territory. We can go over agricultural fields. We can go over forests. For example, if you want to make railway, you have to cut trees on the way. Am I right? Yeah. But we don't. We can go above. When you are going, for example, when you are making railway, you have to take land out of agricultural activity. Am I right? Yeah. But we don't need land. We can go above. You can harvest grain, maize, anything, rice, but we will go above without touching the land. So this is the real sustainability. All other things that are people are just talking.
Okay, cool. And can you tell me how it will help or benefit the people of Kosi province financially? Will it contribute in trade and tariff activities as well?
Look, any transport solution, it has primary effect where just people will be able to travel. But it has huge secondary effects. It means that any transportation solution, when you give mobility to people, it gives huge boost in the general development, in growth of GDP. For example, there are some people who cannot travel or who are very tired of traveling by tuk-tuk or by bus in order to find job in another part of the city. But if there is comfortable, modern transport, they will start traveling and they will have employment somewhere else. So it means that employment will grow. Just for example, real estate value will grow. For example, when there is some real estate development that is not connected with transport, it has one value. But when you give connection to this real estate development, then its value is growing up. Am I right? Yeah. So it means that when you do transport, usually what is main mistake? That usually we think that development, transport should follow development. But it does not happen usually. Usually development follows the transport. So just see the empty space, build transportation line, and after a couple of years you will see real estate development, some people will start industrial enterprises and other things. So it means that if we start covering province, Kosi province, with transportation lines, then it's not only the matter of going from point A to point B. It is the matter of the general development of the province.
In present context, in present scenario, in how many countries that you are practicing this system?
Yes, very good question. We are just innovative technology. So it means that if I say you that we are everywhere, then it's not innovative anymore. So
that's why I asked you in how many countries. First,
so yes, we are now in 2 countries. We have commercial line in Belarus, and we have acting line, operating line in United Arab Emirates, in Sharjah.
As a demonstration.
It's not demonstration. It is a real line.
It is in operation.
In operation. It's in operation. We are transporting thousands of people with only one limit. We don't sell tickets. But if you come, I will sell you.
Thank you very much. And Is it cost
No,
efficient?
I just want to explain. We build the line. It is 2.4 kilometer. That is quite big line. Completely operational. We certified it with third party, with TUV. We got approval from the government for transportation of people, and we transport thousands of people. So, but we don't have right to charge for ticket. So that is why when I say that in United Arab Emirates we have line in operation, it is fully operational line. But in Belarus we have the commercial line where people are paying for tickets as well.
And before this interview, I observed that you were in a meeting with the Chief Minister of Kosi Province. And how was his response? Can you please tell us?
Look, I would like that.
I mean to ask, is he interested in this project?
Definitely yes. And as I mentioned earlier, this was one of the reasons why we are here. Because the local government, it is open-minded, and I see their will, strong will, to solve problems, not only to talk. And I think that what I heard from the Chief Minister, that government, local government, will support us. And this is very important for us.
And what will be the initial budget that is required for this project?
I cannot say this because we are in the stage of doing our estimations, because it's like catch-22. I cannot give you numbers until I do the study, and I cannot do study until I am paid for this. So it's like, but we are doing our estimations. We are going to sign the start of the project today.
MOU?
Summit. Look, MOU means nothing. I hate this word. When somebody tells me that he signed MOU, it means that nothing will happen. No, we are going to sign agreement. We are starting the project, and the first stage of the project will be, of course, like pre-engineering and estimations and everything. But the project we are going to start, and we are signing not MOU. We are signing agreement for the first phase of the project.
Okay. And when, I think today you are going to sign the agreement, and up to when you are planning to initiate the project? How long it will take?
Look, of course, engineering, somebody thinks that to construct something, this is the most challenging part. I would say no. The most challenging part is to prepare drawings, to do engineering, to bring engineering solutions that will match not only general demand, but the local features as well. So it means that I think that around 1 year it will take for engineering, and then 1.5 year we will accomplish construction. This is of course quite challenging, optimistic scenario, but we should try our best, and we have to put challenging targets.
Okay, cool. Okay, do you have any message to Nepalese or the audience or the people or the citizen of the Kosi province that you want to just pass the message? Is there any such message in the for your innovation, your technology, about your technology? Is there any such message that why Podway should be here in Kosi province? Is there any such message if you want?
My message is very simple. Each big city should have its own metro, public transport. And there is only chance for Kosi province and for Birat Nagar city to have their own metro is with uST train technology. And I hope that they will utilize this chance.
Do you have any suggestion for our government that they can do to improve the transportation facility or the transportation system in our country?
Yeah, it's too many discussions for this. If I start now asking them, then it will take 1 hour.
Point wise.
Look, point wise we are discussing, of course. Again, what is the main challenge is the situation with innovative nature of our technology. It means that any innovation, it goes not only with finances and technical issues, it goes with certain challenges in regards to certification standards and other things. So, for example, when Wright brothers started flying, there was no standards for aviation, am I right?
Yeah.
So it means that, and all over the world, bureaucracy is so much strong now that if Wright brothers come today with their plane, they will never be able to commercialize this invention. So it means that people should be open-minded towards acceptance of new technology, towards the trial period of this new technology. Of course, it is challenging, and of course, there is some worries. But talking about Nepal and Koshi province, talking about the situation with traffic, it cannot be worse. It will be only better, definitely.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Welcome.